Doc, Hazard Zone trailer. Hazard Zone, I think what we're going to do is watch the entire thing, and then we'll rewind it. Or do we just watch it and stop it while we're watching it? Where is the 4K? See, it still blows my mind, champs. It still blows my mind. If you go to right here, okay? Let me show you. This still blows my mind. Here's the problem that I have with some of these algorithms that work, okay? When I type in Hazard Zone Battlefield 2042, I literally want the absolute best trailer from the source. And that is usually the company that posts it, right? What some of these major, or I guess, news channels, what they do is they burn it. It gets like decompressed. It's not the true 4K version. But somehow, some way, when I type it in on YouTube, they're the first to pop up. I don't understand. How are these the first to pop up? Especially when there's 1.3 million views. That's the one I want to watch. You know what I mean, champs? Like they lost almost 500K, which could have almost put it up towards 2 million. Anyways, just... I understand and wish to proceed. I know I mentioned it a lot when I played the beta. I am thoroughly impressed with the look of this game. The vista. The visual fidelity is it's really nice. Look at that. I like this map fiction.
Acknowledge. Visual confirmed. Man down! Man down! Track secured!
So this is all one big map that this game mode's on, I'm assuming, right? I mean, it would have to be. These aren't all... This isn't a game mode where it's like a new game mode within the games, like the core game maps and stuff, is it? Like there's Rush, there's Conquest. Is this the new one, Hazard Zone? 7 maps? So it's not one big open world? It's all the main Battlefield maps. No! I was watching this trailer like this was one huge fucking world. You're telling me these are all different maps. Oh, no, man. I don't know. I don't know about that. I thought I was watching... Like, this was... If all these were one fucking big map, and it was this new version of what they're trying to recover satellites and then successfully extract. 36 players and AI bots. 36 players? Really? Huh. 32 players max on PC. Just from playing the one map in the beta. First off, I'm a fan of Battlefield, like of what I've played just from one map. I thought the movement was sick. Might even have better movement than Warzone. Sniping felt real, like this was like a sniper's paradise, man. Especially with the bullet drop and the clarity of the game. And the mechanics, like it just, and the distances and the sight lines that you could see. Really nice. I don't know.
October is here.
I'm a big fan. I'm already thinking how excited I'm going to be playing Rush. I think Rush could be not just a fun game mode to play on this game, but I think it'd be a fun game mode to watch. Because there's some sort of narrative attached to it, built into that, you know? Try to get both sides and then you can advance farther. Very, very basic, but like, you know, that gives it an opportunity to extend the shelf life of the game in terms of a viewing, spectating standpoint. Is that game mode enough to extend the viewing experience of this game? Because I feel like the viewing experience goes a long ways in supporting a game overall. I don't know. Man, when I first watched that Hazard Zone trailer, I literally thought that all these maps were just different areas of a bigger map. And I got really excited. I was like, holy shit, because I didn't know any of the specifics. Nothing. I didn't know the player count, nothing. JackFrags video. All right. Hazard Zone gameplay details. Here we go. Don't forget, Doc, people can make a BR in Portal. True. I get it, but like there's something about custom games that I'm just not too drawn to. Never was drawn to, because it just feels very unofficial. It's like going to the park and playing on 9-foot 4-inch rims on a little short half court. It's just something about it. It just doesn't, something like, you know, with a smaller ball, with a youth-sized ball. It makes me nervous that they are comparing it to Tarkov, says Blake. I don't really get the Tarkov vibe. I think that's a little bit more of a PR move. From what I've seen, it doesn't even look like the game mode would play like how Tarkov would play. Simply, you can't say it's a Tarkov. Like, the design of Tarkov is so special to its mode because of the pace and flow of the game. They create a sort of tension based on your player's movement speed and you know, whether he takes damage and he's breathing heavy, and it's just like a very intense, high risk, high reward feeling when you play that game, right? You can't fucking get from point A to point B like that. You can't do your little zip. You can't get in the vehicle and fly across over the mountain. That's part of the Tarkov's appeal, in my opinion. I don't know if you can compare Battlefield to Escape from Tarkov. Let's check it out.
Has finally been revealed. This is one of the 3 available experiences in Battlefield 2042 at launch of the game. And today I'm going to be breaking the game mode apart
JackFrags!
and telling you exactly
Shout
what
out
it's all about.
JackFrags.
And based on the previous information we were given, it does in fact share a lot of similarities with Hunt Showdown and Escape from Tarkov, and it is not a battle royale. So when you play Hazard Zone, you'll be inserted as a 4-member squad, and your main objective is to locate and retrieve critical data drives which are scattered throughout the map, and you'll do this while fighting opposing squads made up of real players who've got the same objectives. But there's also an AI element here too. Now, if you get one of those data drives, you can then choose when to extract before a storm turns the area into a no-fly zone. In terms of the player count in this game mode, it will be 24 on old gen consoles and 32 players per round on next gen and PC. Now, specialists in Hazard Zone are restricted, and that means that your squad cannot contain more than one of the same specialist. That means that making the right choices here may give you the edge during various phases of the match. Tornadoes, as I mentioned, they're here too, and apparently they're a rare occurrence, but they could strike during a round, so watch out for them, because if you die in this game mode, you could lose a lot of progress. So you can be downed here, just like in your typical BR game, and when you're in that down state, you can then crawl to safety and attempt to be revived by a teammate. If you're killed in this state, you're going to be put in the spectator screen. You'll have to watch. However, there is an opportunity for you to get back in the game if your squad use a reinforcement uplink and they're scattered across the map, or they can be brought in as a tactical upgrade, and we'll talk about those in a couple minutes. The maps available at launch will be on the 7 all-out.
Here's my kind of concern is that it sounds, yeah, I mean, there's some elements that are similar. Looks like there's a couple elements there that cross over between BR and sort of the Escape from Tarkov / Hunt Showdown. Like there's elements of all three, feels like, in there. But like I said, if we're playing on these maps with 32 players total, and AIs are running around, are the maps going to feel too small? Because remember, you can get across these maps pretty fast, can't you? From what I remember from the alpha, that was a big map, or the beta, that was a big map. And I felt like anywhere I'd spawn, I was able to get to the center of the map pretty fast. Like just like that. I just don't know if the player mechanics will hurt the appeal of the game mode, because they're almost too fast. That's all I'm saying. That was a small map in comparison to others. Yeah, I guess I have to see the full pool. It looks like they don't even have it. Well, see, they have it in there, though. Orbital is in there. Let's go and listen to JackFrags.
Maps. So to start with, it doesn't look like there's custom maps for this game mode. Rather, they've picked certain areas of the massive all-out warfare maps, sectioned them off, and that will be the Hazard Zone portion. Who's to say that they couldn't do multiple?
Wait a minute. They're going to wait a minute. They're sectioning off the maps, so they're even going to be smaller? I would have gone the other way.
Of the same level though. So this is a bit of a tense, squad focused survival game, and I think DICE set out to make something with a bit more tension and narrative with this game mode, something that feels like there's some stakes on the line. So why would you want to play this game mode? Well, DICE say that this mode combines tense, squad-focused survival experience gameplay with the Battlefield sandbox. In the trailer we saw, you've got gunplay, you've got verticality, and you've got vehicles. And as I said, you'll fight real people, other squads, but the tornado can come in, as well as deadly occupying forces attempting to protect the data drives. And these are AI, they're artificial intelligence. And I assume with this being a different game mode, the AI might be souped up a bit more dangerous. Maybe we'll have like special AI or something. I think that'd be cool. And DICE said that your objective in this game mode is not really to kill, but to extract out of the map, out of the hazard zone, with as many of those data drives as possible. And throughout the duration of the match, there are 2 limited time extraction opportunities, and they will occur at different times and at different locations. This means that only 2 squads in total can make it out alive from the round, or potentially none at all. Choosing the right mix in your squad, super important, and DICE did give a few examples of this. So you could have an offensive squad with McKay and Falk, And then you've got a more defensive squad build, something like Irish and Boris. Irish has got that fortification system, that armor, and Boris, of course, can set up a turret, help lock down a certain area of the map, let's say an extraction or when you're collecting one of those drives. Or you've got the collector's build if you want to be a bit greedy and just get as many data drives as you can. Pick something like Casper and Falk, recon areas, keep yourself topped up with health. So why should you care about this? Why would you play this game mode over All Out Warfare or something important?
I wonder if the fiction around the data drives will get old. You know, like the extraction of the data drives and the combat that you run into in terms of the scripting around the AI. Like it'll probably be cool in the beginning, but if it doesn't change or evolve or come up with new concepts, fictional concepts, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Is that going to get old real fast? The answer is yeah. I know what I'm talking about, okay?
So there's another layer to this rather than just the in-game portion. So
we are going to try it though. Like, I'm just, I'm just being critical. I'm just giving some feedback, right? My mindset's at the level of like, I am 10 years into the future. That's where I'm always at, James. I literally.
Squad, and you extract a couple of data drives. Well, those data drives are assigned value. And each one of those that you extract can then be converted into a...
Like, I'm not interested in another Avengers, Iron Man. I want something brand new outside of Disney. Some sort of space. Like, that's where my mind is at. And you're probably thinking, what the f*** are you talking about, Doctor? I'd say watch your mouth. We're trying to watch this video.
Called dark market credits. And you can then spend those dark market credits before you enter a match in order to buy and equip weapons, gadgets, and tactical upgrades unique to Hazard Zone. So essentially,
I think this is where it gets interesting. This is where I think the replayability comes in, right? Like, so let's pay attention. Would you guys stop pausing the video and so we can listen?
Spend that money and you upgrade your loadout before the next match. And if you continue to win matches, you'll start to build up your extraction streak. And this is a level attached to each unique specialist that you play as that increases by +1 on successful rounds and resets to 0 on failed rounds. Acquiring a high extraction streak unlocks discounts when purchasing tactical upgrades or items for your loadout. So I suppose that's the hook, right?
So that's definitely HUD Showdown right there. I haven't, we've played Hunt Showdown. I haven't like dedicated seriously to a particular character to try to get him to win. We've just been going in there and just playing like, hey, whatever, let's just get our loadout, let's pay for the loadout, and then let's just go right in. I haven't found that that meaning of retaining a character and what that looks like and feels like over a long period of time in Hunt Showdown. So I can't speak to that specific point in this trailer. Like, is it really beneficial to holding on to your character in the long run?
You extract, your streak goes up by 1. That means you can buy more powerful gear. You go in, you win again, your streak goes up again. But if you die, that streak disappears and you won't have any of those loadout or tactical upgrade advantages anymore. Your specialist and your loadout is essentially
knock it off, Dragon!
Holding on to, and
knock it off!
You'll lose that and have to start again. So it's kind of like other things that you can buy through the dark market credits are included.
Additional one magazine for
a squad reinforcement, and that's just.
You see, this is what I'm talking about.
You can get quick draw holster,
spot enemies for 50% longer,
faster, and there's all sorts of different ones on here, which, as you would expect,
switch weapons 15% faster.
Improve everything that you do in game and give you certain bonuses. And then finally, DICE gave us
I feel like those little incremental increases aren't going to be... You're not going to... Like, when there's only 32 players on the map, on one of these big-ass maps, how much are you going to feel some of these benefits?
So prior to the match, get with your squad, put together a loadout, confirm where you want to spawn on the level. And here you can choose your specialist. You can spend your credits on weapon and equipment loadouts.
God, I feel good today!
Upgrades. You'll then insert into the level, like in the trailer, there'll be a bit of a cutscene. And then when you're in the match, it's time to retrieve and start searching for those data drives. And then if a member of your squad has chosen the Intel scanner, that's a unique hazard zone gadget that can help you reveal the approximate locations of these pre-crashed satellites and then talk to your team about where they are as an extraction zone.
Thank you, Jack.
October is here.
Yeah, we'll see. It's something new. You know, we're just looking at it as like, hey, let's just dissect it. And just that alone. But don't get it mistaken. I mean, I am excited for Battlefield, though. Battlefield, it's a game that's traditionally built for PC, you know? You gotta appreciate a good PC-specific game. Look up Star Citizen. I know Star Citizen. It's been in development for, what, 18 years? The scope of it, though, I'm very impressed, Henry. That's the type of thinking I like. That's the type of thinking I like. Star Citizen must have been just an absolutely insane game to actually consider and commit to as a design group, knowing that there's probably going to be a lot of technical challenges because of just wasn't there, right? Still not there.